Yo, what's going on everyone? In today's video, I will be showing you the best way to complete the Dr. Dre contract in GTA 5 Online as a solo player in 2025. And after you learn my strategies for this contract, you'll be earning $1 million in under 1 hour after each time you complete it. So if you go on to enjoy, please don't forget to drop a like on the video, but now let's go. So getting things started, what you first want to do is enter inside of the agency and then go upstairs to where your computer is at. Once you're at the computer, sit down and then log into it. Once you are logged in, click here where it says VIP contract. As you'll see, there is going to be 3 different leaks that we need to complete, which for each one of these individual leaks, there is going to be 3 different setups. So 9 setups in total, and then 1 more at the very end. So 10 setups in total that we are going to be doing for this entire contract. Alright, so getting started, the first leak that we need to complete is called the Nightlife leak, and the first setup for this leak is called the Nightclub, which this setup is really easy. Let's get into how to do it. So what you first need to do is go over to the Nightclub and then enter through the goods entrance, which is this garage door right here. Once you are inside the Nightclub, you'll see a whole bunch of security guards. What I recommend doing is taking them all out with a headshot, because as you all know, a headshot is an instant kill and it's the fastest way to take them all out. And once you are in the main Nightclub office, you'll see the security tape that we are trying to locate is right on top of this desk. So go up to it and then click right D-pad to steal it. Once you did steal the security tape though, all we need to do from here is simply leave the Nightclub, and then once you have left the Nightclub, you then need to go back over to the agency, and then just like that, you are completely done doing this first setup mission. Okay, so getting into the second setup mission for the Nightlife leak, that is going to be called the Marina, and this setup is really easy. Let's get into it. So what you first need to do is head over to the Puerto del Sol Marina, which is this dock right here where a whole bunch of boats are parked at, and then look for a green speedboat, which is called the Lampadati Toro. And then once you do locate the Lampadati Toro, from here, enter inside the driver's seat and then drive it forward. Once you drive it a little bit forward, all we have to do from here is drive it all the way back, and now we can get out of this boat and get in any single one of our vehicle of choices and start heading out to the ocean. From here, once you are going over to the ocean, you should see some coordinates appear on your map, and that is going to be where the yacht is going to be located at. So from here, head over to that coordinate location. Once you do arrive over at the yacht, if you are in an Oppressor Mark II or some sort of vehicle with missiles, I do recommend blasting all the enemies with the missiles like I did here. And then once you do blast them all you need to do is try to enter in this main door here, but you'll see it will not let you enter. So after that, go to the bridge where it's telling you to go to, which is at the very top floor of the yacht, but keep in mind there will be some enemies, so just make sure you take them all out before entering inside the bridge. But once you are inside the bridge, once again, there will be 2 enemies inside of here, so take them out. And then once you do take them out, go over to this left side of this control panel and then click right D-pad to unlock the main cabin door. After you do that, go over here to the right side of this control panel and then click right D-pad once again to disable the air defense of this yacht. That way, once we leave, we can leave in any single air vehicle of our choice. After that, we can now exit the bridge and head over inside the cabin, which inside this cabin will be a whole bunch of more new enemies. So simply take them all out, and what you are looking for is some evidence, and the evidence is basically a Diamond Casino magazine, some CDs, and a laptop. This can either be on the top floor or the bottom floor. It's going to be on top of some type of table most likely, so just make sure you search every single room and also the top floor. Once you have took a picture of the evidence though, all we have to do from here is exit the main cabin and then get in any single vehicle of our choice, which can be an air vehicle because we did disable the air defense, and then leave this yacht. Once you fully leave the entire area, you are now completely done doing this setup. Okay, so getting into the finale now for the Nightlife leak, this one is really easy. All you first have to do is head over to the casino garage. Once you get to the casino garage, simply enter inside the garage, and then once you are all the way inside, go over to the elevator entrance and then enter inside of it. From here, you should now be on the penthouse level floors, so what we need to do now is try to find the correct penthouse to enter inside, which you should know the correct one because it will have a yellow circle in the front of it, so go over to it and then enter inside. Once inside, all we need to do is find the music promoter, which is this guy right here, walk up to him and then click right D-pad to try to steal his music equipment. After trying to steal his music equipment, you'll be put through a really quick cutscene, and after this cutscene, you'll have to fight all of his guards, chasing him through the entire casino over to the music locker. And this entire time that you will be chasing him through the entire casino over to the music locker, you will be having to fight a whole bunch of his guards, so make sure you are very careful because these guards do light you up a lot. Anyway though, once you did follow him all the way over to the music locker, you'll eventually see him in this VIP area. Simply take him out and then pick up his backpack. After that, all we have to do is leave the music locker by going over here up these stairs and then over to this elevator. From here, once you are out of the elevator, you now need to exit the casino entirely, find a random vehicle, and then head over to the agency. Once arrived over at the agency, you are now completely done doing the entire Nightlife leak. Okay, but it is now time to get into the high society leak, which for this leak, the first setup is called the Country Club, and this setup is really easy. Let's get into it. The first thing that you need to do is go over to the Pacific Bluffs where there is going to be a surveillance room that you need to hack inside of. So go up to the keypad, click right D-pad, and do this really easy hack where all you have to do is select the same numbers that it shows you at the top of your screen. After you successfully hacked inside, you'll now see 3 security guards inside the surveillance room. So first of all, take out all 3 of these security guards. After that, go up to this computer where you'll now have access to the security terminal, and then once you're at the computer logged in, simply do this really easy hack, which as you can see, I'm pretty sure everybody knows how to do this hack. Once we do complete the hack though, all we have to do is simply leave this surveillance room and then go over to the last known location of the limo driver. Once you do end up finding the limo in that last known location of where the limo was, simply blow it up. After that, go up to the driver's body and then click right D-pad to recover his wallet. After you recover his wallet, all you have to do from here is simply deliver it over to the agency, and then you are completely done doing this setup. Getting into the second setup for the high society leak, this one is called guest list, and this is a really easy setup. Let's get into it. So all you are doing for the guest list setup is simply going over to a location. This can either be where I'm going here or also one other location, but whichever location it is, once you arrive over there, you will see a whole bunch of guards surrounding the entire location. It's really important to make sure that you don't use anything too explosive and also that you are very careful because you do need to take out all of these guards, and yes, every single one of them except for the lawyer that we are looking for. So just be very careful because sometimes the lawyer can be close to other guards, and of course you don't want to accidentally shoot the lawyer. Anyway, once you do take out all of the guards, go up to the lawyer and then shoot him with the stun gun. Once you do stun him, go up to his body and then click right D-pad, and then you'll be put through a quick cutscene of you putting his body inside of the back of this car. And then from here, all you have to do is deliver this car with him in the back over to the agency, and just like that, we are completely done doing this setup. Alright, now it is time to do the finale for the high society leak, which this finale is really easy. Let's get into the best and fastest way to do it. So in order to do this strategy to make this finale very easy, you will need to own a vigilante. So what you need to do is call out the vigilante once you are in front of the mansion. Then what you need to do is come over here to this gate entrance and shoot this little box. After you shoot it, the gate should then open, and all we need to do is drive our vigilante all the way inside. Then all you want to do is go exactly where I'm going inside the mansion, over to where the DJ booth is located. After you go over in front of the DJ booth, you should see that message at the bottom middle of the screen that says to search for the source of Dr. Dre's music disappear. Once that message disappeared, we can then back our vigilante all the way up and wait right back here against this bush. You basically just want to wait until it says at the bottom middle of the screen to trash the party, which it should say that around 30 seconds to 1 minute later. Once it does say that though, you'll see an intimidation bar at the bottom right corner of your screen, so all you want to do is get the intimidation bar all the way up. And you can do this by using the vigilante missiles, but just keep in mind the vigilante only has 30 missiles and we need to at least have 5 missiles by the end of this entire intimidation part. So basically, just don't use all of your missiles to trash the party. I recommend using just a few, like 10 or 15, and then after hopping out and taking out all of the enemies with a regular weapon. Then after getting that intimidation bar all the way up, which shouldn't take you that long whatsoever, you'll then be put through a cutscene of the billionaire leaving in his helicopter out of the mansion. After you are out of the cutscene, you want to quickly get inside of the vigilante and make our way out of here the same way we made our way inside, and the gate should already be open, so it should be really easy for us to leave. Once we left, it is so simple from here. What we then need to do is lock on with our missiles from the vigilante on the helicopter and blast it with like 3 missiles. After 3 missiles, the helicopter will be completely destroyed. From here, all you want to do is take the easy way out 3 times by exploding yourself, and after you did that, you'll then be put on this screen right here. So don't worry, you didn't fail the mission or anything. All you want to do is click the restart button. Then once you load back into the mission, you'll see that you are now spawned over at that exact same location where the helicopter crashed at. So once you spawn inside the mission, you'll automatically be put through the cutscene of the billionaire crashing in his helicopter. And yeah, that is basically just the trick that I like doing for this mission, to skip the entire drive over here. But now all you want to do is go over to where the billionaire crashed his helicopter, which is literally right next to us, and then take him out to pick up his phone. Once you got the phone, all we need to do is deliver this over to the agency, and then we are completely done with this finale mission. But if you want to know one more secret trick from me to get back over to the agency the fastest way possible, I recommend going back over here behind us where the military base is at and boosting inside. Once inside, search for a laser jet, and once you find it, you can then enter inside the jet and fly it over to the agency. I'm pretty sure this jet is the fastest way to fly over there. And just like that, once you deliver the phone over to the agency, we are now completely done doing the entire High Society leak. Okay, so now getting into the very last leak. This is called the South Central leak, and the first setup for this leak is called Davis, and this setup is really easy. Let's get into it. So what you first need to do is go over to Chamberlain Hills, where you then need to enter inside the cavalcade with Vernon and then drive over to the location. Once you do arrive over at Cypress Flats, you'll then need to interrupt the deal, and the deal is pretty easy to interrupt because, as you'll see, you do have some people helping you out take out the dealers. Anyway, once you take out all of the dealers, it'll then tell you to steal this van with the equipment inside of it, but you can't get inside the van until Vernon is inside. So once he gets inside the passenger, get inside this van and then deliver it over to the location. And then just like that, once you deliver the van with equipment over to the drop-off, you are now completely done doing this first setup. Okay, so getting into the second setup for the South Central leak, this one is called the Ballas, and this mission is really easy. Let's get into it. All you first have to do is go over to the cavalcade location, which once you enter inside the cavalcade, you should be in here with Vernon, and he will tell you to go over to one of 3 locations. Whenever you do arrive over at the location, you'll see it is going to literally be a whole huge gang standoff fight. So what you need to do as soon as you hop out of this vehicle is immediately take cover and start shooting the rival enemies. Anyway, once you do help defend the families and take out a whole bunch of the rival enemies, eventually you should see a message at the bottom middle of your screen that says follow Vernon. From here, of course, go follow Vernon. Once you follow Vernon the entire way through, you should eventually end up at a garage entrance. From here, enter inside the garage and you'll now see Vernon interrogating P. After he fully interrogates P and the whole cutscene is done, all you then have to do is simply exit this garage and then leave the area, and just like that, you are completely done doing this setup. Alright, it is now time to do the finale for the South Central leak, and this finale is really easy. All you first have to do is go meet Vernon and P at the Davis Mega Mall. Once you do arrive over at the Mega Mall, you'll then see Vernon and P right here in this convoy. All you have to do is follow their convoy all the way over to the Rancho Projects. Once you do arrive over at the Rancho Projects, you'll then see you go through a really cool cutscene of the Vagos here at their hideout with their lowriders. After this cutscene though, you, Vernon, and P will then pop out with all of your weapons and have to take out all of the Vagos. As you'll see, there will be a lot of Vagos, but luckily they are really easy to take out. All you have to do is take out all of the Vagos, and then eventually one of them will take off inside of the lowrider. Once that one Vago does take off with the lowrider and you get past that cutscene, immediately run over to your vehicle and then chase down that lowrider. Once you chase him down, shoot the driver by taking him out, and then once you do take out the driver of the lowrider, go over to the lowrider and then enter inside of it. Once inside, all you then have to do is drive this lowrider all the way back over to the agency, and just like that, we are completely done doing the entire South Central leak finale. Okay, so since we completed all 3 of the different leaks, we now only have one last setup to do, but this setup you can only start by going over to this yellow circle inside the agency and then clicking right D-pad to start it. So this setup mission is called Studio Time, and it's a really easy mission. All you are doing is going over to Record A's studios, and then once you are over there, you need to take out a whole bunch of hired gunmen that are guarding the front entrance. Anyway, once you took them all out, you then should be able to enter inside the Record A studio. So simply enter inside, and then once you are inside, what you then need to do is take out a whole bunch more of hired gunmen. Just make sure that you are very careful while taking out these hired gunmen, because you are basically going through a whole studio, and there is some areas inside the studio where they can really light you up and you can't take them out really fast. So just make sure you are very careful, that way they don't take you out. But yeah, once you took out all of the hired gunmen and you made your way over to the control room, you should now be in a cutscene with Dr. Dre, and this cutscene is around 3 minutes long, but after this cutscene you'll then be done with the very last setup, and then we are now ready to do the finale. Okay, so getting into the finale, this is called Don't F with Dre, and funny enough, the finale of this contract is probably the easiest part of the entire contract. So all you have to do is go over to Johnny Gunn's last known location, which is over here at the rail yard, and once you arrive over here, you'll see he immediately gets inside of his Mustang and then gets out of here. Once he leaves the area, all you then have to do is fight all of his hired gunmen, which there won't be too many of, but once you take out all of his hired gunmen, what you then need to do is get any single vehicle and head over to LSIA. Once you arrive over there, what you then need to do is enter inside this hangar through the side door, and you'll see 2 enemies. Just simply take them out with a headshot and then go through these 2 doors. Once through these 2 doors, make sure you definitely take your time from here on out by taking out the hired gunmen one by one, because trust me, you do not want to fight all of these hired gunmen at once, because there is at least 50 hired gunmen inside of here. So I recommend using the angles to your advantage, making sure that you are only fighting one hired gunman at a time, and of course if you are losing health, make sure that you are constantly snacking up and also using armor, because you do not want to lose any lives. But it also does not really matter if you do die once, because you do have 2 different lives, so just make sure you don't die more than 2 times during this finale. Anyway though, as long as you took your time going through the entire hangar, taking out the hired gunmen one by one, also making sure to snack up, once you go around the entire hangar, you should eventually end up at this part right here where this staircase is at. So from here, go up these 2 flights of stairs, and up here should be Johnny Gunn. So just shoot him a couple times and he should drop down. From here, go up to him and click right D-pad, and then you'll be put through another cutscene that is going to last around 3 minutes. And after that cutscene of you witnessing Dr. Dre absolutely beat up Johnny Guns with that golf club, you'll then be put through another quick cutscene of you and Dr. Dre skirting off in an Itali GTB over to his drop-off location, which is just over here at the Pacific Bluffs Country Club, not far at all. Once you get over here with Dr. Dre, you'll then be put through a quick cutscene of him entering inside the helicopter and flying off into the sunset. After that though, you'll then see mission passed, and here's how much money you'll get paid. As I said, $1 million flat, and take a look at the RP, it's also not too shabby, 2300 RP. So yeah, now you fully know how to complete the Dr. Dre contract in GTA 5 Online the fastest way possible as a solo player in 2025. Like I said at the beginning, if you went on to enjoy today's video and you still haven't already, please do me a favor by going down below and dropping a like on the video before you click off. And of course, if you aren't already, make sure you also hit that subscribe button. And with all that being said, until next time, I will see you all in my very next GTA 5 Online video. Peace.